This is our first class for NCERT class 6 history. So let's go through chapter 1. So what is history? History is knowledge acquired by investigation of the past. It comes from the Greek word which means inquiry. Who is the father of history? Like we have parents, father and mother, where we can trace our origin to. History does have an origin. So the first person who wrote history was Herodotus. He wrote the book Historia, which was based on the origin of Greco-Persian wars. So while reading history, what do we want to know? We want to know about the people who lived in the past, what about the food, shelter, clothes, occupation, songs, dances, families, friends, courts, etc. How do we know about it? To know about all these things, we need to refer to some sources. The sources could be written or archaeological. So let's discuss about the sources first. Firstly, we'll go through written records. It could be manuscripts, books on various subjects, foreign accounts, inscriptions, etc. So what is manuscript? Manuscripts. It comes from the Latin word manu, which means hand, written on palm leaf or specially prepared bark of a tree called birch, which grows in the Himalayas. Many manuscripts have been destroyed by insects or they were not preserved, but many of them have been preserved in temples and state archives, from where we can, you know, fetch details about the past. So, what kind of subjects did it deal with? It dealt with religious beliefs, lives of kings, and it was written in various languages like Sanskrit, Prakrit, Tamil, etc. The second source of in under written records is inscription. So inscriptions are also kind of manuscripts, but they are written on relatively harder surfaces. Unlike manuscripts, they are written on like stone, metals, etc. And it usually these are short records, and it contains royal orders, battle victories, etc. Then there are books like epics, the Ramayana, the Mahabharata, from where we know about the lives of Lord Rama, Lord Krishna, Lord Hanuman, etc. Then there are foreign accounts. In the past, where there were foreigners who visited India for various reasons, like they wanted to visit the places associated with the life of Buddha. They visited the palaces of kings. So there are a couple of foreign travelers like Huan Fahian, Megasthenes, etc. Now let's come to archaeological sources. These are not the written sources, but what is archaeological sources? These are the objects that were made in the past, made and used in the past, actually, like houses, utensils, tools, weapons, clothes, etc. Let's look at some definitions here. Archaeologists, people who study the objects made in the past. So once we find some object that was made and used in the past, there are these group of people who study the objects, for which purpose it was used, uh, why did people use only those objects and all. So these people are known as archaeologists. Then exploration, the act of searching for the purpose of discovery of information. We go to places and we look for something, so from where we can get information out. So that process is known as exploration. Excavation, once we explore an area that yes, there is something we can find, so the archaeologists start excavating that place, and they dig the surface to find and to unearth the objects. Historians, scholars who study the past based on various sources that could be written or that could be archaeological. Now, source, as we have discussed before, it could be any kind of object that gives information about the past, that could be written or archaeological. So at let's talk about people who lived in the past. Uh, the first to live in our country or in the subcontinent or anywhere in the world were the hunters and gatherers. These were the people who survived on hunting animals and gathering foods. And in our country, they lived on the bank of River Narmada. They lived in the caves and under the trees. And if we look here, we can see the river Narmada out here. They lived on the bank of this river. Then we have farmers and herders. These people were relatively They led a settled life. Unlike the hunters and gatherers, they used to wander from places to places, but the farmers and herders led a settled life. They lived in villages, and they grew food like wheat and barley, and they reared animals like sheep, goat, dog, etc., for various purposes. So in the northwest, we find the trace of settled villages and settled lives of farmers and herders. We can see here, this is Suleiman and Kirthar range. Around 8,000 years ago, we find the traces of settled life, that is the village life over here in our subcontinent. This place is in Pakistan now, but earlier it was the whole subcontinent was known as India only. Then in northeast we have this Garo Hill, where also we have found the traces of villages. Can you see the Garo Hills here? Then we have the Vindhya range. Just above this Narmada river, we can see the Vindhya range is actually a chain of mountains that is known as range. So near this Vindhya range, there was traces of settled life found. Now let's talk about cities. Now we have already talked about hunters and gatherers. They were the primitive people who we know of. They lived on hunting food and hunting animals and gathering food. Then came the villagers who lived in villages, who led a settled life, who who lived with families, who lived in houses, who grew food like wheat, barley, rice, etc. Then developed the cities. The first city that developed in our subcontinent was on the bank of river Indus. That was around 4700 years ago. And let's see here. Do you see this river Indus? This is the river Indus, and these are the tributaries. Tributaries are the small rivers that finally merge into a larger river. These kind of rivers are known as tributaries. So this is the main river, and the Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Beas, and Satluj. These are the tributaries of Indus. So the earliest cities developed around this area, which is this is the Indus River, and the valley around this river is called the Indus Valley. Then, around 2500 years ago, we find traces of cities on the bank of river Ganges, on the bank of river Ganga, we can say. Then, the first large kingdom that developed, that was south of this river, called Magadha, which is this region. So, a kingdom is a very large area controlled by a king. So, that is a kingdom. Now, since we have talked about various people who lived on the land, how about the name of the country? So, you would have noticed that we use two names interchangeably, that is India and Bharat. So, let's talk about India first. It comes from the name Indus, the Indus River that we talked about just now, which means Sindhu in Sanskrit. Now, Greeks and Persians, people from Greece and Persia who came at the bank of Indus around 2500 years ago, called this river Indus or Hindos, since they cannot pronounce Indus the way it is, or Sindhu. So they called it Indus or the Hindos. And the land to the east of this river was called India. Then the other name is Bharat. Bharat was the name of a tribe, a group of people who lived in the northwest. If we talk about northwest, this is the northwest region. So the Bharat people lived here, and these people are named in an ancient book of our country, which is the Rig Veda. So their name is mentioned in the Rig Veda as well. So later this name was used for the country. Let's look at some other facts. While reading through history, throughout your journey with history, you would come across these words like BC, AD, CE, BCE, BP. So let's know what it is about. So BC is before Christ. So if we consider 0 AD, suppose today is 2020, and how about 2020 years ago from now? It was 0 AD. So that 0 AD, that year 0 was the year when Jesus Christ was born. So That is called the year after zero is called AD or Anno Domini, which is also called in the year of Lord. And period before 0 AD is always known as BC, and we go backwards like 10 BC, 10 before Christ, 20 before Christ, 30 before Christ, 100 before Christ, etc. CE is Common Era, also used interchangeably with AD. Then we have BCE, before Common Era. We can use BC or before Common Era or BCE, and before present is also the same. So while reading history, we come about different kind of people who lived in the society, or who lived in our country, or who lived on this planet. Some were kings, some were artisans, some were uh, hunters, some were people professed different occupation. So history was not the same for everyone. The king always led a luxurious life. He used to fight battles. He used to have so many queens and all. But that was not the same for other group of people who were the artisans or farmers, right? So usually what the kings did, they had many resources to, get their things written by a court poet, or maybe on an inscription or manuscripts. So they kept the record of them, what they did in the past. So we know a great deal about the kings because they maintained certain records. But ordinary people like artisans, farmers, etc., they did not keep any record of what they did. So we hardly find any instance or any information about them from normal sources like written records and all. So we have to delve deeper into this to know about the lives of ordinary people. So guys, that's it, and that's all about the first chapter. So in next video we'll talk about chapter 2, and I'll try to make it as simple as possible. And thank you so much.